Now, I want to talk to you about a video of Helen Zille speaking, and Helen Zille had said this more than 2 times. There's something he reveals that the real enemy here is not ANC, is no longer their enemy. There's something that she said that no ordinary South African should take it kindly. And there's something that was said by Robert Haysoff that no ordinary South Africa should take it kindly. And we should be worried. Everybody in Africa should be worried about what DA said. But for me to illustrate what DA said, I need to make it sense. I need to make it make sense to you. But for me to make it sense to you, listen to the story. I said it on the other video, but let me say it again. There's a video that is trending, or that is a video that keeps popping up of a cow. It gets stuck in between a tree. The tree grew like this. So the head of the cow gets stuck here, right? So two gentlemen, they approach, and seeing this cow that is literally stuck on the between this tree, right? These kind gentlemen, they go and assist. So they pull the trees apart, and this cow got loose. When it got its freedom, guess what? The first thing it did was to chase after them. This is something that should worry every one of you. You should be worried with the marriage between ANC and DA. Why? Because according to DA, they no longer see ANC as a threat. In fact, ANC, they feel like they've eliminated them as a threat. They feel like ANC does not represent anything of value, so much so that they are no longer scared when ANC speak, but they are scared when EFF speak. They are scared when EMK speak. But in this video, I'm gonna play the one where she was long time ago. She was speaking about EFF, and there's a reason why these videos becomes important. It shows something, the coalition between the DA and the ANC that is currently happening under the disguise that it is the government of national unity. It is happening because the DA agrees to it because it does not see the ANC as a threat because the ANC doesn't represent anything anymore. The ANC is living for the sake of living. Guys, there are people in this world who are happy to have money for sugar, like buying basic things, living in the shack. Some people are very happy to live there. If you tell them about a better thing, they don't care about a better thing. That is the ANC. The perception that is painted by EDA is that the ANC is exactly like that person. They are now very comfortable to, if you give them money to buy sugar, all the basic things, and cleanly give them a better shack, and let them remain there, that's ANC for you. But before we continue with this conversation, no. Here we don't remain in a shack. Why? Because this is what you need to do. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people. Because to subscribe, it is free. To like the video, it is free. To comment in the comment section below, it is free of charge. To click the notification bell, it is free of charge. To share this video, it is free of charge. To watch this video until the end, it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads, it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the Super Thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel. And you know what I'm saying? We'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. You see, ETA once said, EFF knows what they stand for, and it is directly opposite to what we stand for. Obviously, Zuma had retired when they said that. Helen Zille had retired when they said that. But they stood, they said, when the political dust will settle, you will realize that our enemy now is EFF, not ANC. The ANC that brags about how it liberated people, enemies, or look at the enemy of people does not view ANC in that light. In fact, they view it as something cheese. Let me tell you something. Did you know that in cheese there's no vitamin? There's no what? You are just eating for the sake of eating. You are eating nothing. There's no vitamin there. That's the perception and that's the analysis of the deep analysis that they've done against ANC. They realize that these are cheese. There's nothing, there's no vitamin here. There's no worry. There's no need for you to fear them. You think I'm joking? I know you probably think, no, Bongan. You're just making this situation to look more than what it is. Take a look at what Helen Zille's got to say here.
Well, when all the clutter and the dust in South African politics settles, South Africans will see that the real choice about the future of South Africa is between the EFF on the one side and the DA on the other side. Those are two parties that know exactly what they stand for. And they stand for completely opposing visions. I said, everybody, this is our moment, and we have to understand the moment, and we have to understand how the forces of politics are shaping South Africa. And so, I'll put the EFF in this corner, because in the first election that they fought in 2014, they got 6%. And that's the EFF, you can see, it's red. There I have the DA. Back then, 22%, pretty much what we got now. I'll make it a bit bigger for obvious reasons. But in this little corner are a whole lot of smaller parties, the Freedom Front Plus, the UDM, the ACDP and Carter Freedom Party, now also Herman Mashaba, in that corner that I think mostly incline more to us. And I said, now we have a clear contest in South Africa. The DA versus the EFF. That is the fight for South Africa's soul. That is the battle for it in this party, and there are people who believe in that value set in this party. And that has to all come apart so that this contestation can be seen for what it is. And I left the DA with this analysis firmly in place, and I thought, great, we're going to take it forward. And in 2016, we had that breakthrough election where we broke out of the Western Cape and into the metros in the rest of South Africa. And the tragedy of that was that instead of taking the one metro that we could get a clear coalition majority with people who shared our values, we were so determined, or certainly not me, I had a huge fight about it in the party, but there were people in Gauteng who said, we can only do it, we can only take out the ANC if we work with the EFF. And instead of having that contestation, what did we do? We went with the EFF to govern Johannesburg and to govern Tshwane. Fatal, fatal strategic mistake. And when you make strategic mistakes in politics, they come back to bite you big time. And so instead of doing what we were going to do to the ANC, eat them away on this side and have the EFF eat them away on that side, what happened to us was Cyril started eating away at the DA on this side, and the right wing started eating away at the DA on that side. Fatal mistake, undermined the entire long-term strategy that I spent so much time doing. I had to decide.
When EMK party got introduced into the political arena, they changed their tune. Same woman, Helen Zille, said the introduction of Zuma the reintroduction of Zuma back into the political arena is a problem. There's a guy called Rob Haysoff, the one who bought votes for Ramaphosa, for him to be the president at first. They bribed David Mabuza, indeed, according to his confession. You remember that guy said they thought EFF was the problem, but MK is more of a problem. Here's what is funny. The ANC, they are no longer counting it as an opposition to the DA. Now, the last press conference from Malema, he said, the DA has chosen to go into a coalition with the ANC, vacating its position as an opposition party in parliament. Therefore, he says the official opposition party then is MK Party. And then he said, I'm glad me and the EFF and the MK Party, we have a cozy relationship. We will make the most out of this. So, what am I trying to tell you in a manner that you can easily understood? I am trying to say the DA, according to its analysis, have analyzed and came to a conclusion that the so-called the liberator of people, we liberated you. They are when the enemy makes their local research and calculated decisions and analysis on them, they realize that these ones, look, there is nothing left. Okay, let me give it a perfect example given by Malema. In another speech, Malema once said, "Why are you worried about the border gate?" And then he gives this practical example. It's like in your house that is like a fenced house, right? You put a fence all over the house, and then you put a gate. Whilst you are somewhere, whilst you are gone, then thieves comes and they steal the entire fence and they leave the gate locked, and the key is with you. He says, when you come back, when you come, you still put your key, open the gate, and enter through the gate and lock it. And you lock the gate again as you enter the house. It's, you are concerned about the gate being locked, but the entire fence is gone. Right? It's like that's South Africa for you. They are concerned about the borders, but the entire country there's no protection, there's no wall anymore. You know, so that is exactly what Shema said. So with that being said, that example there, it is an example that is funny but is realistic, yeah, right? Malema was telling the truth there, man. It's like, okay, you guys are concerned about the gate. The fence is gone. People can enter anywhere now. Even if you put the most effective security at the gate, the thing is, the fence is no more. People will enter anyway, right? That is the picture that is being painted about the ANC. The picture is the ANC. It last perceived itself as a liberation movement. It forgot who it was. In the midst of things arrogance crept in, it forgot exactly why the ANC is the ANC. That is why now they've got a leader who is 1 million. Zizokwakhiwa la. And then it's going to disappear. And then he comes back and they say the same lie. Have you ever seen a man who, in his inauguration speech, says the same lie that he said a few years ago, repeats it? Futiazi, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in this country. A man lies a few years ago and say this and this and this. He comes back like that. Yes, the people who are around this man now, but there's lack of intelligence. How didn't you pick up that the president is repeating the same speech? And please help the president fix the speech and say something better. No, the president is saying the same thing that he said a few years ago. Some of it he said it on January 8th statement. He said it, and none of it has ever came to pass. But the president is repeating that. That is the reason why when the DA looks at the ANC, they're like, this one's, it's not our worry. These two political parties are our problem. They speak of radical transformation. They speak of a change of constitution. Let give us the two-third majority and let's change the constitution. They are not beating around the bush like the problem is a constitution. Let's change the constitution. And these people know that, okay, if these people can change the constitution, they will get the resources that are wanted. And the DA is protecting white people there. And so they need to gatekeep the constitution and make sure that these two political parties doesn't get that. That is what we are seeing right now. Oh, I think too. I'm just worried about the ANC. I think, let me keep quiet.